up? It's your host, Torry, and who is ready to be petty? I have such a treat for you guys. I'm so excited for this, but I have another very fun guest today, Sicily Fox.
Hi, everybody.
Say hi to the listeners.
Hello, all of you listeners out there from across the globe. I know you're all tuning in now to listen and be petty with us, so welcome.
Welcome. We're excited to have y'all back. Again, this is my third week in a row releasing a new episode every week, so it's getting serious now.
That's the hustle, Tori. You're really on it.
I know, right?
You're on that rise and grind lifestyle.
No, I'm really not. I wish I was, but I'm really not.
I say it 11:11. Oh, it's 11:11 actually.
Make a wish, everybody.
Oh my God. I wish to rise and then grind. Thank you.
I wish to have more than 7 viewers, and which 5 are my immediate family members.
Yeah, and I'm here right now, so that's we're
number 6.
We're down to listener.
Yeah. Cool.
No. I love her content. Good, go listen.
Why I wanted to have Sicily on the podcast.
This is so funny.
Yeah. She didn't bully me into it.
Because I strongly requested.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, why I wanted to have Sicily on the pod, why I knew she'd be an excellent guest is because she is effortlessly. Do you like how I said effortlessly? Effortlessly?
Why do they make it so hard to say?
Yeah, I feel like that's not redundant.
It's a little bit
the
chaotic.
Opposite.
Yeah.
The opposite of that. It is chaotic.
Okay.
Why I wanted to have you on the pod is because you are effortlessly cool.
Oh, that's not what I expected you to say. I was thinking, effortlessly stupid maybe? I don't know. Effortlessly falls over a lot, probably.
No, clumsy? No, not at all. But maybe those things. No.
Thank you. Yeah, no, that's true though also.
No, it is. It is true. That's what I thought when I first met you.
Really?
Yeah. You know those people that you just see
I'm
and
go on.
Yeah, keep talking.
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely. When you see those people and they're wearing a cool pair of sunglasses, which is how I first met you.
Okay, just to be clear, I'm not wearing sunglasses right now. I just really want to make that crystal. Okay, carry on.
But I don't know, it's like those type of people. You weren't wearing a messy bun, but it's that wear a messy bun. And it's those memes where it's what I think I look wearing a messy bun and what I really look like, and it's I'm
the second one?
No, I'm the second one.
Okay.
You're the first one.
Tight. Oh my God. Should I put that on the old resume?
Absolutely. Okay. That should be your Tinder bio.
Okay, great. I'll change it.
My boss said, I'm not your boss.
Literally, that's a thing because you were saying you haven't really been on Tinder.
No.
Okay, here's the thing though. This is a common trope where, I've only seen boys because I'm looking at the boys.
Yes.
But they do is really good dude -- my mom. They'll do reviews.
Oh, from your mom?
Yeah.
From their mom.
From anyone. As if they're an Amazon product.
Right.
Would order again.
Right.
My ex-girlfriend. I don't know. It's so that's actually.
I kind of do that with the pod. It's I have 15 5-star review. Jesus Christ. We're starting off great. I've had 2 coffees and I haven't had a sip of water this entire week. So.
Well, you've got a water bottle here, so that's pretty ambitious.
I know, because this podcast is the reason that I drink water.
I actually remember because you said that the first episode, right?
Yes, because otherwise it's I haven't had a sip of water in 6 days.
Tight.
Because it's I'm drinking iced coffee and Diet Coke.
Just living that desert oasis life.
Absolutely.
You are
it's a fucking Sahara up in here. Yeah, and people are probably ew, she's a disgusting person, which
it's cool.
I guess that's fair, but so I'm okay, 7 people or 15 people have rated this pod 5 stars on iTunes.
Yeah.
But it's those are 15 of my closest friends.
That's honestly a humble brag. 15 close friends.
Yeah. Oh
that's
yeah,
good.
You're right.
That's
that
good
is
as hell. Hello? What the fuck?
It's also a lie.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
15-ish close-ish friends.
Nice. Yeah, acquaintances. Or acquaintance plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I actually relate to that, the Tinder bio thing.
Yes. Okay, cool.
And it's your pod's great, says my aunt.
You should just change that. Like, you should put that in, like, every description of every episode. Be like,
absolutely.
My aunt said it was tight, so if you could just check it out, that would, like, do me a solid, my dude.
Right?
Turn into, like, a surfer girl. What's good?
My dudes.
My fellow hustlers.
Yeah. But yeah, you are super cool. So you're the person.
I'm glad we're back to this. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to like circle back
to
that, just so the listeners really know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I thought you would be a great podcast host, because I just feel like you're the type of person. I feel like you're dying inside, but like,
okay, tell me.
I'm very happy to like say this.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I like sprung her like this. I sprung this on her.
Okay.
Throwing you for a loop. Like, I was like, let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Didn't mention this part.
Oh my god, Torry, you're struggling this morning.
I'm really struggling.
It's bad because, not to like tease you all you listeners too much, but we did have like an hour and a half of just really solid banter, and then we turned the microphones on,
and it's gone to shit.
We can't speak. So
no.
Okay.
But this happens all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm an articulate person, and people probably are like laughing. They're like, no, you're not. But like, I view myself as like an articulate person, and then I talk on the podcast, and I'm like, like,
yeah. Like, let me think back to all the trainings you've trained me in.
Yeah, all the presentations I've given, and no, it's like usually I'm like sitting on the floor, like coffee in hand,
you're literally like
flicking
what's good. Hello.
Yeah.
No, but they're actually good though. I do like your presentations. I always enjoyed them in our training weeks.
I hope so. So that's how Sicily and I know each other, is from work.
Yes.
Which is
And
another
just
reason
from
why
work.
she had to come on the pod, because like she couldn't say no.
Yeah, it was sort of like an authoritative request, you could call it. Yeah, and I was like, yeah, anything for my leash.
No.
Literally, okay, so here's my side of the story.
Yeah.
I was in the office space that we both sometimes are in.
Yes, we work at the university together.
Yes. Torry is very much one of the bosses. I am not, which is great because I love exploring power dynamics.
Yeah, same.
For sure. And I was talking to my direct boss, and she happened to let it slip that there was a podcast out there called Ready to be Petty.
Yeah.
Hosted by a one Torry.
Yes.
And so I immediately was like, we need to go talk to her now because I need to be on that podcast immediately.
And I was bombarded.
Yeah.
Like, I heard two people running down the hallway towards my office and was bombarded. But it's good. I've like kind of kept it like on the down low.
Yeah.
Just because I'm like, embarrassed.
No, you shouldn't be.
It's like, here's all my interests that no one else likes, and makes me look like a vapid 13-year-old girl. Which, again, on my last episode, I talked about that I wouldn't shit on myself for liking all the things that I like.
Yeah.
But I can't help it.
You're just trying to, like, spice up your life a little bit by shit-talking yourself.
I know.
It is funny because
it's a thing.
I listened to a few of the apps after I found out that this exists. As you all should. I'm sure you're all in the same boat. And it is funny hearing your voice and these opinions and trying to, like, juxtapose. How do you fucking say that? Juxtapose?
Who knows? Yeah.
Make a juxtaposition.
Of me at work and then me. Which is so funny.
Yeah.
Yes. It's so funny because I try to be real at work.
Yeah. I think that you are. Like, it's not that different.
But it is different.
Yes.
It for sure is different.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm not like telling everyone at work about the pod. Some people will like see me like tweeting from my office and be like, what's this? And I'm like, now I have to explain that. Yeah.
It's like, I mean, obviously you're not going to get on here and be like, let's talk about positive intent, guys. Let's really get into the dynamics in a let's talk about storming and norming and thus performing.
Absolutely. Like, let's talk about student transition into university and how we can like better set our students up for success. But honestly, I probably should be talking about that because that's actually like worthwhile.
Honestly.
The rest of this is just like bullshit.
But listeners, okay, if you want a pod directly related to student needs and
student affairs,
life,
like,
you know who to call. I think you can ask Torry and she'll set that up. No problem.
Your girls.
There's probably a couple guests you could have on that could really deep dive into that topic as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, I should start a professional pod.
Yeah.
Even though it's like I can barely keep this one going.
Is this not professional? Should I get out of here? I only came for the professional pods, okay?
Yeah, she thought we were gonna talk about like work.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, great. But so basically I barged into her office in the middle of a Wednesday or something.
Yeah.
And demanded to hear about her podcast. She told me about it, and then myself with the big head that I have was like, I need to be on it. Please let me be on your podcast.
Yeah, not a lot of people want to be a guest star. Yeah. I say guest star because
that's you're very
starring on this podcast.
Okay, cool. I love that. That's surprising. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I have no idea. Probably because no one wants to talk about the shit that I want to talk about. I don't know.
I think from the title, like from the ones I've listened to and the titles, it seems like generally like normal conversation, just
probably
like banter kind of material.
Absolutely.
The only thing is, I did have so here's the thing, all you listeners, I did have a hard time pinning down what Torry was thinking petty meant. Like, I didn't really know when I was sort of thinking about being on this podcast. I didn't know what kind of topics to bring because I generally, try to avoid being petty as much as possible. Dare I say it? I'm sorry.
Oh my god. So
but
see you guys next week. Like
it's been real.
Follow us on Twitter. Like
not me, just Torry. Yeah. But yeah, so I could see how that might be like
I totally agree. And I when I embarked on this endeavor, I've found out that I'm actually generally like not super petty. Yeah. There's some things that I do that are like spicy, like that are like I feel like super super petty, but I feel like it's like a persona. Like I feel like I'm actually like an understanding, like pretty I was gonna say easygoing, and I heard in the back of my head like all of the people that know me being like, bitch is crazy.
No. Like, easygoing, delusional,
yeah.
Not self-aware. No.
No, exactly. But like I was like, okay, I do like petty stuff, but it's like it's not that petty.
Okay. Well, here for the audience, let me just ask: is there anything in the last like week that you can think of that would fall under that category of very petty that you have done?
Like, not that I can like openly talk.
Oh, okay. The spice.
On the pod. Yeah, like this is the thing is like, I think that I have petty thoughts in my head that are actually probably just, they're not petty, they're just mean. Like straight out like
just cutthroat.
Mean.
Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Cool.
And then it's like, but that doesn't translate well on a pod.
Yeah. And
so it's actually been like difficult. I think like the petty things, I just like to be a spectator. Yeah. Like for example, Celebrity Big Brother just started on Monday.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you're
of course,
I've lost
following.
You.
Yeah, my eyes did glaze over. But tell me, Torry, tell me about Big Brother.
Well, it's just like a bunch of people live in a house. This is the celebrity version, so they have like 12 like kind of washed up celebrities that no one cares. Well, some people care about.
Who like, what are some names? Like, would I know any of them? Like, is Tila Tequila involved?
No, but I fucking wish. A shot at love with Tila Tequila was my shit.
Truly iconic.
In high school.
Way to just spin it, Tila. I mean, Tequila.
Right?
Wait, what is
Tila.
So her first name, do you think that's her government issued name?
Yes.
Not government issued.
And there was like, okay, apparently like now I don't follow her because I think she's like a Nazi sympathizer, like some kind of weird shit. Like
no bueno.
No. She's not our boy anymore.
Like, ciao,
Bella.
See you later. Speaking of Bella, no.
Yeah.
We were joking about talking about the Twilight series, so that was my terrible segue. But tell me more about Big Brother, please.
No, it's like 12. Okay, do you know Ryan Lochte from the Olympics? Like you might have heard of those.
Yeah, he's like very cute. Is that the one?
He is very cute in like a dumb way. Like he's like he's like any boy that I liked in high school. That's just like a dummy.
That seems about right.
Yeah.
Way to call yourself out also. Keeping
yourself
being real.
Honest. Yeah, keeping myself real.
Okay.
But he's on the show like Tamar Braxton. You probably don't know.
Those names all sound vaguely familiar.
Tom Green, he's Canadian. No, okay.
Sorry.
He was a comedian in the like 90s, early 2000s.
Okay. That's okay. I feel like I'm getting the picture of who's here.
Yeah, okay. Kato Kalin, he was O.J. Simpson's roommate.
Oh my god,
during the tragic murder of Nicole Brown Simpson.
What a claim to fame. Holy shit.
That's literally his only claim to fame, but he's kind of worked it into like a whole career.
Like his career is based on that Vine where they're like, oh my god, they were roommates.
Yeah.
Like that's
absolutely
it.
I'm laughing, but I have no idea what you're talking about, but again, just trying to be cool.
Okay, tight.
I'm like relate to the young
we'll talk
audience.
off the pod, I'll tell you all about
yeah
them.
Yeah, that's an offline conversation.
Yeah.
Anyways, I am watching the TV show, kind of dabbling in the live feeds, which means that they are recorded 24/7 and you can just watch them 24/7.
Really?
Absolutely.
Like the Truman Show, like full on every room has a camera?
Yes.
Oh my god, really?
And you like just watch it. And then I listen to podcasts dissecting their every move.
Whoa.
So I think that's where my pettiness comes from.
Right.
It's like that's something I'm very interested in.
So like petty dynamics, like how like gameplay.
Yes.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So sorry, I'm like such a noob in terms of this one show. Like, so are they like competing to win money? Probably.
Yeah. So there's like a head of household competition. Whoever wins can nominate 2 people for eviction.
Ooh.
There's a chance to get off of the block.
Oh my god.
And then there's like someone gets voted out each week.
Oh my god.
It's very interesting. I should be on the show.
Yes, you should.
But I feel like everyone says that. Like everyone's like, I'd be a great contestant, and it's like, would you be though?
Like, yeah. Do you think have you done some soul searching? Do you really think you do a good job, or would it be like?
I think so. Yeah. Except for so we're really getting off track.
Yeah.
Not that we were ever on track.
No.
I did go to a casting call.
Did you really?
Yeah, about like 3 years ago in Vancouver.
And how did it go?
It was awful. I basically had to like lie.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I was studying counseling and psychology at UBC.
That's such a spicy topic. Perfect.
That's what I thought. So I was like, just kind of like trying to like play up that I'm doing my master's in counseling psychology. That was a lie. I was doing like a shitty diploma.
Okay.
But like I was just trying to be like, I like to listen to people talk. Okay. And people like to talk about themselves. I'd be great for this TV show. And they're like, we're not interested. Really?
Maybe because they probably want like firecrackers. They like don't want anyone sitting back listening. They probably just want everyone like
you're right
in it to win it. I mean not that you're not in it to
win
it.
Yeah, it's like I guess if you were like a counselor, you would have to be like one of the ones that are like unethical, like Dr. Phil McGraw or something.
Like you start listening and then just tell everyone what they said. Like just like full snitch.
Yeah, right? Like that's the type of person that they're probably looking for.
Yeah.
So they weren't interested in me.
So do you think you're gonna reapply one day? Like
absolutely. Like that's the dream is to like like I try to like sometimes be like, no, like I don't want to do that because it's probably never gonna happen. But I like how I say probably.
Yeah. Like, hard probably. So yes, you should apply.
But like I don't know, that would be like kind of the dream. That's just what I'm interested in.
That's just like top of the list interests.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's any millennial's interest is like, I want to be on a reality TV show. Like, get over yourself.
Yeah, that's actually so true. I remember being like 13 and watching America's Next Top Model and being like, oh my god. And like, obviously, if anyone looks at my Instagram, like, they're going to be like, no, bitch. Like, why? What the fuck? So, but I do remember watching and be like, one day, Sicily. Like,
oh my god, that's so funny.
When I was still growing, I was like, okay, I want to be 5'10", because then, like,
then I can be on the show.
Yeah, I heard that you had to be 5'10" to be a model, so I was like, okay, bitch. And Blake Lively was 5'10", and we look indistinguishable from each other, so
it's true.
She's laughing because we don't look at all alike. But
no,
anyway,
but I'm not. That's not like a bad thing.
Yeah, I know. It's just well, sorry, I'm out here spiced now. It's just pumpkin spice latte. No, anyway, but I do feel you. Like I feel like that's such a thing. You watch reality TV and you're like, that's, you know, it seems achievable, so you're like, I could do that. Like, why am I not currently doing that?
It's like who's not on a reality TV show
these days? Name
who's
someone.
Not? Who doesn't have a pod?
Literally, who doesn't have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, tell us about that, Sicily. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so for the listeners,
all y'all.
Yeah, so as you have now become aware, me and Torry work in the same workspace at the university. And I work, I guess my job, you could say, is more like on the ground. Like if she is the army base, like I'm the troops, like I'm out there.
Yeah, like, that's true. She's an RA.
Yeah, I could have just said that. That's probably way better. Yeah.
That's okay.
Sorry to disrespect the troops. I don't know if that was... Sorry, you guys do a lot more than I do. Anyway.
Like, it's potato.
Anyway, moving right along. So I live in the dorms, like right on ground zero, you could say. And I do see...
We gotta quickly skip past this analogy.
Okay. So I deal firsthand with a lot of the, dare I say it, bullshit that happens.
Dare you say it.
The shenanigans. Yeah. The raw, unbridled sass that might come around.
Yes.
There's some petty folks on the floor.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I do really like the job. I think everyone's pretty cool. I don't mean to come out sounding unhappy about it. So I have I am responsible for maintaining quiet hours. Yes. So what that is in residence at a certain time, it's like, let's shut this party down. It's quiet hours. No more noise.
Everyone be respectful of each other.
Yes, that sounded like you were doing a mediated meeting with me all of a sudden.
I know. I was going to be like, everyone has the right to a quiet place to sleep and study.
Oh my god, yes. And I said that in my video.
Absolutely. You're a star staff member.
So, I thought maybe I would make a poster. I could do something else to inform people that it's important that we respect quiet hours. So I figured I would do an ASMR style YouTube video that talks about quiet hours. So
remember when I said she was super cool? Like, I wouldn't even have thought about that. When I was an RA, I made like literal posters on Microsoft Word.
No, that's I just can't use computers, so I don't know how to. But like, I guess I can, because I can make a YouTube video. But like, I don't know how to do posters online. Like, I literally hand draw all of them because I can't.
Yeah, like same.
Yeah. Okay.
Same.
We're in good company then.
Yeah.
So it all sort of started because I made the wild decision to get acrylic fingernails put onto my hands.
Oh, fascinating. I didn't know the origin story of your ASMR career.
That was it. I had never had acrylics. I always thought I would hate them.
Yeah, same.
Right now they look busted as fuck because I haven't got them changed for a very long time. And last night one of them fell off at a party. I was like, oh no. You
win some, you lose some.
That's what I'm saying. And right now we're batting.
We're losing one.
We're batting 9 for 10, so that's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
So I got them, and I don't know, like, just to recreate the video a little bit, we had some of this going on. Like, we had...
It's like my shit mic's not going to pick that up. Like, I don't know.
It's cool. Let's go... Yeah, so this is, like, the sound that I was working with, and I was like, well, that sounds delightful. And it was kind of a case of I just had this issue with the noise, and I had these acrylic nails, and they were making these cute sounds, and it reminded me of ASMR, and I was like, well, that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's actually hilarious, but I thought it would be cute to put them together in a video, and then I did, and I made a YouTube video like that, and I don't really know what else to say.
And it's blowing up. It's going viral.
I would say viral light, like Pepsi Light. It's like not, no.
Pepsi Light.
I had a good time making it, though.
That's good. And I just thought it was a great way to connect with residents. Everyone's like, okay, cool.
We're getting to real relatable territory.
Absolutely. Everyone's just eating this up.
Yeah.
But also, it has way more views than any of Ready to Be Petty's episodes. So I was like a little jelly when I watched it. I was like, should I keep giving this bitch like views?
Yeah, hello, what's good?
Yeah.
No, it's all about collaborations in this space, Like,
yes,
we're both creators.
We're content creators, and we gotta vibe off of each other.
Yeah,
share the love.
Here's, I guess, maybe a petty moment, just like something funny that happened, or I think is funny.
Yeah.
So after I made that YouTube video, I went to a house party with a lot of people that I didn't.
What's that like?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. It was tense. I literally got there, and I when you go to a party and just have like an anxiety attack for like an hour, and then
absolutely,
yeah, that was me.
You're speaking my language.
Because I was like, I'm not drunk enough to enjoy this. Like, I need to.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to obliterate myself, so I just didn't drink anymore and was just really anxious for a while. But
I love that for you.
Thank you. It's good decisions in my book. But yeah, so it was one of those. But before we went to the actual house party, we went to a pre-house party, sort of like an amuse-bouche for the meal.
Love.
I know. Thank you. It really makes it feel classy. And as I was there, I was talking to my one friend that I did know, and we were like laughing about this YouTube video I made because It is a joke. Like, it's sort of ridiculous. I think it's sort of funny.
It is.
And we were in sort of a group of people, and then one of the other girls was like, what? And I was like, and I said, oh, I'm a YouTuber. And her face, I cannot describe it, literally dropped. Like, her face fell as if I just said someone in her immediate family was ill. Like, she was like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, I could see her, like, emotionally walking away from the conversation in that moment. And so I had to do a lot of upkeep on that, like, on the back end. I was like, no, okay, I gotta explain. And then I explained the whole kind of average story. And anyway, that's my story.
I'm, like, too embarrassed to be like, I'm a podcast host.
Yeah.
But then, like, it's like everyone says, like, put it in your bio. Yeah. Like, not that I have, like, tons of followers or any year, but
might
they're
as
like,
well.
Like, put it everywhere. Like, tell people. I did, like, a photo shoot.
Yeah?
I honestly,
for this?
Yes.
This is an audio medium, though.
Dude.
Sorry.
No, this was, like, I'm actually, like, cringing.
Okay.
The color is drained out of my face.
Sure. I can confirm.
Yeah, and I just thought, like, I need to have, like, a good headshot.
Oh, is this the photo that you have?
Yes.
Like, on your... Okay, yeah.
And I'm dying that, like, you see, like,
of course.
that's ingrained into your memory.
Yeah.
But I was like, I need to have a headshot. Mm-hmm. How can I do this, like, on the cheap? Because that's the type of quality this podcast is going for. Mm-hmm. I was like, I could do a photo shoot at Walmart.
Oh my God, really? I love that, Torry. You went to Walmart.
I went to Walmart and it was like so embarrassing because did you
bitch.
know that they don't have like a door to their studio?
It's just open
it's
air.
Open. It's fucking open. It was the worst experience of my life.
Like there's a family lined up behind you to do their portrait. Really?
It was twins and they were wearing white button downs and like matching Converse.
And you're like, bitch, my twin is on the way. Like I'm just doing some prelim shots. Like
I'm like, I'm not like this. I dragged my sister there.
Yeah. Okay,
and
she had a twin basically.
But she was mortified.
Okay.
She didn't say that, but like I could just tell.
You got the vibe of the room.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, what percentage of those like the patrons of the Walmart photo establishment are twins? Like what is the breakdown on that? Because I'm pretty sure it's like 50-50.
It is. Yeah. It is.
It's like 50% twins, 48% families with like screaming children.
And then 2% podcast
yes,
hosts.
Literally.
Oh my God.
Or people doing school projects or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it was
but that's pretty good though. That's smart that you went there.
I thought that it would be smart, so I'm just like holding my microphone like up to my face like it was so embarrassing.
No,
but
young podcasters of America unite.
And then the photographer was like, "What's the vibe you're going for?" But it was Walmart, so she was like, "What? Why are you here?" Whatever. Okay. I'm just like making it up, like she's like another content creator, being like, "What's your vibe? Yeah. Like, what's your aesthetic?"
Okay.
No, she was like, "Why are you here?"
Like, are you looking for the vitamins? They're on aisle 4.
Yeah. She's like, "Why did you sign up for a photo shoot by yourself?" Like. Let's chat about that for a minute. Like, let's unpack that.
For sure.
But she was like, what do you do? And I like was like, I'm a podcast host.
You said that.
I host a podcast. And it's embarrassing.
Did she subscribe?
No!
Okay.
That's the problem. It's people, I'm like, I host a pod, and they're like oh, unsubscribe.
They like subscribe to unsubscribe. They're like, bitch.
Yeah, like unsubscribe from your life.
No, honestly, it feels like that's such a joke, or as the youth would say, a meme.
Yes.
Right now is the idea that like everyone has a podcast, like every single person. But I think it's such a fun, like, it's such a fun thing. I don't know. Like, I love podcasts and like I love listening to them. So like, why not join the community? I don't know. Right. And I do think this is a cute idea. Like, I had some fun listening to it. It felt like I was like getting out my repressed pettiness. Like,
oh, I love that.
Yeah, being a little bit like the shade, like shady as fuck. Which I enjoyed. I don't know. It was good.
I think there's like two camps of like the millennial person right now, and it's like one is I like go to yoga every day, like namaste, like pettiness doesn't bother me. Absolutely. And then there's like the other end of the spectrum, which I'm at, which is like burn this place to the ground. Like if something of a minor inconvenience happens, I'm like, it's over. It's on the pod. Like
write it down in my notes. Like
literally,
I did make a list of notes because I wasn't sure what to speak about, and And so I feel that on a deep level, where I was like walking around looking for petty stuff, being like, what's next? Like,
same.
Universe, come to me. I'm
right?
ready. Let me write it down. Maybe I'm kind of both, because I'm like, yes, universe, open my soul up to pettiness.
Same. Like trying to put out the vibes to attract the stories.
Yeah.
And then like whenever my friends and I are having a conversation, I'm like, we can't talk about this.
Yeah.
Save this for the pod. And they're like, we just don't talk in person anymore.
That's great. I love that. You know, just like keep it all, because then you'll never forget. It's like you always have every conversation you've ever had recorded.
Absolutely.
That's the future, baby.
Yeah. The good, the bad, the ugly.
Honestly.
But why we started talking about your ASMR videos, well, is because we're both content creators, but I had to like Google, like I obviously knew what ASMR videos are, because I have to be up to date on these things.
Of course.
But I like didn't know what the acronym was for, and I thought it was a sexual thing.
Oh, like BDSM?
Not BDSM, like I do also know what that is, but like
Torry, so let's get into that.
Yeah, let's
unpack.
Let's unpack that. But I thought that people listened to it for like sexual reasons.
Oh, really?
Yes, and then it's not. It's for like relaxation.
Yeah, I would say I'm sure there's like some small subgroup that does listen to it for that. Like, I did get a comment that was a little bit suspicious.
Yeah, it was
on my video.
Sus. It was hella sus.
Yeah, honestly, it seemed well intentioned, but suspect. So
it was very suspect.
It was basically I was sitting in a chair when I recorded it, and it is a squeaky as fuck chair. Like it would not shush.
Chair.
It was a res chair. What can I say? You know, we work with what we got. And there was like one of the comments, like the only comment that wasn't from someone I know, was this person being like, I love your squeaky chair. Like, I would love to watch a video of you just squeaking it up in that chair. Smiley face heart. And I was like, all right, guess I'm gonna burn my laptop. No, it wasn't. But like, right? There's probably some subgroup. It
is. And like, I was like, this is a psychological phenomena, like the sensation that you get.
Do you get the tingles?
No, and that's another thing is like, I haven't felt that, and that's why I like don't get it.
Right.
So I think that maybe I'll try. Maybe I'll listen to like 100 videos this weekend and see. And that's my homework for this week, and that's your guys' homework. I like to give homework assignments out, and then I just never follow up.
Okay, cool.
So
like the best teachers.
Yeah.
Yes. Good. No follow through. That's the goal.
No follow through is literally my like life's story. That would be the title to my biography.
For sure.
No follow through.
Of course.
But yeah, that's your homework. Do you get the tingles from ASMR videos? And if not, listen to like 100 videos until you feel something.
What an unambitious goal. Like, just listen to like 100.
Yeah.
No drums. Just like
no
suck it up and listen to 100. Come on.
I've got the time for it. So that must mean that other people do too.
Of course. Obviously.
Right?
I do get the tingles. So I can
interesting.
I can confirm that it's a thing. It's really interesting. Yeah, like it feels tingling. I don't know. I don't really know what to say, but yeah, I do get that. So I kind of understand like how people would like it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like super relaxing, more so than just listening to it, because it kind of like makes your brain tingle.
Yeah.
Which is interesting that human bodies even do that.
Yeah, it's like euphoria, but it's so weird. I guess like when people whisper in my ear, I feel like this is fucking disgusting. Like, I feel like this is disgusting. No one's whispered in my ear in a very long time.
Whispering is weird, honestly. Like,
but that, I feel like I understand that concept.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you, like, get goosebumps and you're like, I don't even like this person, or, like, this person's gross. Why am I, like...
And your just body's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Bitch, they spoke softly?
Yeah. Like, what is this? Right? So I kind of get that, but, like, I don't know. So I understand how it's, like, a subgroup, but I always thought it was a sexual thing.
Well, I'm glad we've clarified it.
Sicily found out about my YouTube channel like 5 days ago, and I was like, "Oh, did you listen to the last episode? Like, have you binged to episode 8?
8 of them? Yeah. No, I have not. Unfortunately.
She's like,
no. But I've listened to I think 4 of them,
which is like impressive.
Yeah.
You and nobody else.
No, I'm sure I'm in great company. I think because they all like have some views. I'm not gonna lie, like some, which is great. That's more than none.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And we were chatting about the last story I talked about in the last episode, where I went on a Mickey D's run with Donald Trump, like Dorito face.
Like casual cosplay?
It was. And I was joking about that, like going to bed looking like Donald Trump.
Great.
Build in a pillow wall.
Of course. just keeping all the haters out. That's your face. Let's move right along.
Yeah, let's move right past that.
Yikes.
And then Sicily was telling me about last night when she was at a party.
Okay.
And she went into the bathroom. She's like, what was I talking about?
Yeah, literally. I was like, I'm lost, but go off. Yes, I do remember this.
And you had something in your teeth.
I know. And no one told me, guys. Like, what a bunch of fucking snakes. Like, who was I at the zoo? Like, what the fuck? I was literally, so we had a meal. Let me just break this down like a crime scene. Like at approximately 8:35 p.m. or maybe later, we had a meal. It was catered. It was a classy place.
Like, where were you?
It was at someone's house, but it was so it was a work event.
Who's this rich bitch?
I don't know, but it was my boss. He rents the basement suite of his
your other
parents.
job. Yes.
Yeah, yes. Not you.
Yes.
No. Anyway. No. So we were at his house. It was on it was on a very scenic portion of Victoria. It's like the place with all the waterfront.
Beach Drive.
I want to say no, but like maybe.
Okay. Probably.
Like Duke Point, is that a place? Dustin Point? No. Whoever, if people are listening to this from Victoria, they're probably screaming.
I'm actually screaming in my head. I'm going blank.
I don't know.
It's like I've lived here for like 7 years.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, so we were at this, it was like a beautiful house, like waterfront access, like the sunset was off the rails.
Yeah.
So we get there, it's like a staff event, so they did go off. They got it catered, which was amazing. Wild. Yeah, and it was from like a vegan, the Very Good Butchers. I don't know if you're familiar.
My god, so good.
Yeah, so it was all vegan, which is great because I don't eat dairy or meat.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so anyway, that's another story. And we eat approximately 8:30, 8:40 p.m. Mm-hmm. We continue to chat. I have a couple Perrier seltzers.
Yeah.
You know, we're out here getting dizzy on the fizzy. And
this is very me. I also love a good Perrier.
Right? I drank probably 7 of them. Like, I was hydrating. So
good.
Yeah, unlike some people.
Yeah.
Anyway, having some really solid banter. We're all chatting. I have some like really close face-to-face convos with people. And I'm like, wow, these Perriers are really going through me. Gotta go pee. But it had been like 2 hours since we had eaten.
Yeah.
I go to the bathroom.
I got to like clarify that. Yeah. I don't have an overactive bladder.
No.
This was legit. Like,
I just want to be clear. Like, I was ready to go. And I go to the bathroom. Beautiful bathroom, of course. You know, it's always fun when you're at a house party to go check out the bathroom scene. Mm-hmm. Is that weird? I feel like that's
no.
Yeah, right?
I'm so into that's like, petty.
Okay,
and
cool.
I'm into that.
It was literally.
Did you peek through the cabinet?
No, I didn't, but I have done that before.
Okay,
though.
cool.
Yeah,
Same.
No, that's a thing for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
No, it was set up like a fucking romance novel. It was so strange. Like, it was a beautiful bathroom. Everything was like pristine, and then they didn't turn the overhead light on. They had put like a row of lit candles along the window. So I was like, what, excuse me, what the fuck? Like, is this, am I about to walk in on like a romantic bubble bath scene? Like, hello?
Oh my god.
So I walk in, I do my business, I wash my hands, I'm like staring at myself in this beautiful romantic lighting.
Did you say wow?
No, I should have been like Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. No, anyway, so I'm like looking at myself in the glow, living for it, being like, wow, I'm just so like,
this is good lighting.
America's Next Top Model really missed out, guys. That's what they call it in the biz, a callback.
Yes.
Anyway, so I'm there, and you know that feeling where you're like, should I check my teeth? Like, why should I? I've been talking for so long. Like, there's obviously
someone would have
teeth.
said
like,
something.
Yeah, and then I look, and there's a huge green thing in the middle of my 2 front teeth. So fucking sick.
Snakes.
Yeah, a bunch of fucking snakes. And then I promptly get it out and walk outside and pretend it never happened. But I just can't believe that, guys. Like,
I know. It was the same thing with my Donald Trump face.
Right?
No one said anything.
Like, I feel like I do tell people when there's shit on their face. Like, I
don't think I do.
Really?
I don't think I do often. I'm like too embarrassed. Unless I hate the person.
Oh, really? Like, you do it to like spite them?
Yeah, to be like,
like,
you got a little something, like.
But that's so nice. Like, that's what you should do, right? I think.
I know. I don't know. I'm in like, I don't know. It's like, do you call the person out in the middle of like something? Do you pull them aside? Do you just not say something?
I think what I do, like, I always like make it into like a funny banter if possible. Like I'm like I try to. Like that's my move. Like I'll be
your
like
MO?
Yes, exactly. If I was a murderer, this would be my scene. Like this would be my calling card. I'm not a murderer, just to be clear.
Just FYI.
Yeah. Just listening to a lot of murder podcasts. Anyway.
Oh.
Yeah, we can get into that later.
Yeah.
But I like to, obviously you're not going to be like in the middle of someone's conversation, be like, hey, you have some shit in your teeth. Like,
I feel like I've done that though.
What, really?
I don't know. I'm maybe not a great person.
It's case to case.
It is case to case.
Absolutely. But I think if you just like if you're talking to them one-on-one and like no one else is really listening, you can just be like, just so you know, like LOL, you got something in your teeth. Like I've had that too. Ha ha ha. Like make some banter about it. But it's a tricky boat to be in. Like
happens to everyone except for me. Like
except for me because I'm perfect anyway.
Right? But I think that I think it depends on how well do you know this person. Yeah. Like is it like a random? Because then I never say anything. But or is it like the BF and you're like, hey,
you gotta tell the BF for
right?
Sure. Not that I would know, but
oh my god, oh my god, that's so funny. I feel like also because he's again the only listener, I feel like my BF has like I've had like a piece of like pepper in my 2 front teeth, and we've gone like on like a full like cracked black pepper.
Yeah, I have that all the time.
And it's like we've gone on like a full date, and then I like come home and I'm like, what the fuck? We've been dating for 6 years, and you didn't like tap the girl on the shoulder and like
there must have been a quiet moment at some point.
Yeah, like, right?
Like hello.
Anyways, I just feel like it's like what type of like relationship. And okay, I saw someone the other day, which was yesterday. Okay. I was walking around campus, and I saw a guy, and he had 2 of his shoes. 100% of his shoes were untied. Oh. And he was walking, and I'm like, I don't want this person to trip. I hate when people trip. It makes me sad for some reason. Okay. Like, really sad. And, but it's like, but he's a stranger, like, walking past me. Like, do I say, like, hey, your 2 shoes are untied? Or are they like, mind your own business? Like, who are you to say?
Okay, but my question is, did it look like he was doing it intentionally? Like, does it look like it was
I also am a really bad judge of that.
Okay.
Is this the vibe that you're going for? Maybe. Like, disheveled student running to class? Yeah. Or, like, do you need some help because, like, you're late for an exam and, like, just didn't tie both of your shoes? I don't know.
Like, because I think maybe this is just, like, PTSD. Well, I shouldn't say that. But, like, just, like, maybe this is some kind of, like, crazy flashback that I've had in my life where I'm like, I think I talked to someone who had untied shoes, and I was like, yo, your shoes are untied, and they're like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, I
so
know.
I'm like,
that's
okay,
what I was thinking.
Like,
same, I'm having this weird deja vu that someone's like, duh, I knew that, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Or like people are like, why are you talking to me?
Oh, well, that would be
Let's
wild.
unpack that.
That's like next level. If they're like, can you fuck right off? Like, oh, okay.
Like, KK, message received.
Have fun tripping, bye.
No, but I actually, like, think that's the case. But, so, I don't know. I feel like it's a case-by-case basis, but, like, sometimes I haven't told people. Yeah. And sometimes I'm like, you got a little something, like, and I'm just doing, like, the hand movement where I'm, like, wiping my chin. This is an audio-only podcast. Yeah. Where I'm, like, and then people aren't picking it up, so I'm like, and they're like, oh, do you need help? Like, do you sorry, again, I'm like scrubbing my face, and they're like, you're all good, you're good, and I'm like, but you're not.
Sometimes this is like the real smooth, well, I like to think it's smooth, but like if you can pull that off successfully, that is the go. Like if you're looking in a group of people and there's like a bunch of your friends and you see your friend who has something on their face and you just like make meaningful eye contact with them and then touch your face and then they get it, that's next level friendship.
And that's when you get the tingles, the ASMR tingles.
That's full circle, baby.
Right? That's what being a podcast host is just like tying everything up with a neat bow. I think JK, that was like the only time it's ever worked out for me. And people are like, you've never done that.
Yeah, it's cool. Okay, so also if we could possibly take a quick deviation to this list of topics that I've wrote
absolutely, because we just talked for 45 minutes about nothing. It's been.
Are you serious?
It's been 45
Okay, well, strap in for the first and possibly only 2-hour episode of Ready to Be Petty, because I have literally like 20 different notes on this phone. Okay.
Literally. That's just how much we vibe.
Truly. So, like, actually, that would be an interesting place to start once we're 45 minutes in. Let's get started.
No one's listening at this point.
And the first 45, what did we even fucking talk about? Like,
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
So here's the thing. One of the notes I wrote on my phone, since, as we've discussed, here's something we've talked about, that we are coworkers. Yes. We actually, like, don't know each other very well at all. I don't know if that reads. Maybe this is terribly awkward for everyone.
Probably.
It's possible. But yeah, so one of the notes was just, like, talking, because I was thinking, like, petty things, like maybe uncomfortable things, like having new friends, like that is a topic of discussion.
Oh my god.
Do you have any comments?
And I have to like regale like to the good old days when I was like making and maintaining friendships, like
back in your youth.
Back in the youth, like once you hit 25, it's just kind of like
you've set yourself up.
Absolutely.
Like, okay, cool.
Or you haven't, and then you've missed the
But
boat.
I don't think that's the case. Like, I think you can make friends, but I think it's just like
you absolutely can.
Right?
But I will say it's a lot harder, and I feel like if people don't acknowledge that, they're not being real.
Genuine.
Yeah, okay. Like I feel like that is something that people don't talk about. Is like once you leave university, like how do you make friends? And then so people either like don't make new friends or like don't branch out or whatever. So I actually like I think that actually is like a serious topic.
Yeah. This is petty with a purpose.
This is petty with a purpose, which is something that I want to integrate
for sure.
And not just talk about superficial stuff, which is fun because people need a break from all the shit that happens IRL. But yeah, it's like how do you make new friends? And like I can't even remember when I had a new friend and it was like at that awkward stage where it's like you actually don't know things about people and you're just like, so do you have siblings?
Like that weird time where you're like yourself but like heightened a little bit where
you're constantly performing.
Yes. Like not even, actually I shouldn't say being your best, but like that's exactly it, where you're like trying to be a little bit extra, a little bit interesting maybe.
Absolutely. It's where I shine.
Yeah, like this moment right now I feel like.
But I try, yeah.
But it's like not, I think right now because of the new friendship thing, I think it's because there's a microphone recording us, so I feel a little bit extra.
Same.
But that is such a weird, and then like at what point does it stop
turn off
that?
Yeah, and you're just in your gray suit, you like accidentally flash a boob and you like don't care.
That's
and
just fine.
That's
a Wednesday, my boys.
You have cracked pepper in your teeth. No one tells you because no one cares.
Because you've made bad friends.
Yeah.
Who are these fucking snakes? Calling all y'all out, Torry included. Tell people when you have shit in your teeth.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a new intention I'm setting for myself for 2019.
It's still January. Like this is intention season.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's not Oscar season. It's intention season.
I know.
Do you remember the last person, I guess myself excluded, that you like became friends with? Like, what was the last time you like made a new friend?
Oh God, now it's like this is my worst nightmare.
I'm sorry. I can tell you like
let's edit this bit out.
Yeah, let's just like cut it.
No, I think I don't know. Like I've definitely made friends traveling. That's probably the last time that I made friends.
Okay.
And I think that it's really easy when you're traveling because you are both out of your comfort zone and there's lots to talk about because you're like, look at this food, look at this building, look at this whatever is happening. So I think it's easy to make friends traveling. And that's like if you're looking to make friends and you're over 25 and go traveling because I think that's true. Actually like a really good way to make friends.
And even like at least with traveling, like if you aren't necessarily making the friends you want to make, like at least you're out traveling, like you're out doing
it's like
stuff.
You just leave.
Yeah,
you ghost them.
You yeet out of there and like
absolutely, and never talk to them again.
Yeah, I mean, it is interesting though the dynamic shift once you don't have like I guess a social, like with school, I guess is basically what I'm saying. Because with school, you always are like, okay, well, there's this group, like you are friends.
Totally. Or friends. When you're in your career, because when you're not moving around. Like when I was in high school and like there was a summer that I was a host and then there was a summer that I was a cashier or whatever. And then it's like, oh, I'm picking up friends from all these different places.
For sure.
But then it's like you're settling into your career. You've only had one job for like a few years. So
I also find, like, I'm not sure if you feel this way, but I know that, like, in our job, there's kind of...
It's this...
Like, it's, like, hierarchical. Like,
I was going to go
with something completely different. Oh, my God. What were you going to say?
I was just going to be, like, you think that you're friends with everybody, but, like, your prob's just colleagues with people.
Yeah. It's kind of... I think this is like just two different points, but of the same thing.
Okay, that's
like,
interesting.
What I was gonna say is like, because I know with my job, like I'm looking after a group of people, aka the residents.
Yes.
Like, well, I don't know if looking at, but like, you know, I'm the RA.
Totally,
like
totally.
I'm there. I'm kind of in like a position of power.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you feel that as well. Where you're like the next level up. So it's like.
It's not bi-directional. It's like it's a one-directional relationship.
Yeah, like One Direction.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
You don't know how beautiful you are, or whatever the fuck.
There's always like a 1D shout out on this spot, I feel like.
Absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's interesting because I've found myself, like, I'll say, like, meet a resident. I'm like, oh, you're actually really cool. Like, I could see us being friends.
And then you're like, oh, just wait a second.
Like, wait a year.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk.
Yeah, not 1 second. Yeah. Definitely wait a year.
So I feel like for you, that, like, the pool of people you could actually physically, like, be friends with is even smaller.
Is V small.
Yeah.
Is V small. But, like, there have become, like, colleagues have become friends.
Yeah. Here we are.
And friends have become colleagues.
Oh my god.
So
you live, you learn. Bridges burn, tables turn. Like that's a bar right there.
Oh
Holy
my god,
shit.
that's so funny.
Thank you.
Yeah. But it's true. But I just feel like when you're older, it definitely gets. I can't even remember the last time like those awkward like new friend. It's almost like you're like dating someone new for the first time.
That's actually so weird and true because it's like let's go on friend dates
yes.
and then it's like really formal weirdly and you're like but you're trying to be so fun like so cool and funny and then you're like
trying to be so funny
fuck
and it's like you're not your true self. I feel like you're just like performing and then like all of a sudden you slowly become your true self and you're like, are they sticking around? If it's like yes, and it's like, okay, cool.
Hell yeah.
Then you could just go like full blown.
For sure.
Like crazy.
Just like
for
sweatsuit.
Me it's sweatsuit and like for me it's like full blown crazy.
Oh, okay. Like petty time?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Like it is
like
petty.
Ready to be petty?
Yeah.
With
it's
Torry?
like that's when you're ready to be petty is when you're like real friends.
That's so beautiful.
Is it?
I mean, I don't know. It's like true self-expression though, so that's ideal.
No, it is true. And then if they're sticking around, you're like, these are the real.
The ride or dies.
The ride or dies.
Yeah. Also, I do have a petty story about a young friendship in my life that I could share.
Oh yeah.
So this is way back. So okay, I was homeschooled actually.
Oh my god.
Yeah, until grade 6.
See, we're learning new things because
this is new friendship.
Yeah, exactly.
Live as it happens.
Yeah.
Reporting live.
Yeah. From my podcast studio.
Reporting semi-live.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I was homeschooled until grade 6, so I went into grade 6. That was a big time where I was like, okay, now I'm gonna make friends, I guess. Like, LOL, what's that like? And
literally,
this is the number one question people ask me.
Just wait. Were you cognizant of that in grade 6?
Yeah.
Like, this is where I make friends.
I think I was. Oh yeah, like I don't know if it was like necessarily phrasing it like that in my head, but I was like. Because I just knew that I didn't know a lot of people because I was homeschooled and I was going to a place that had a lot of people. Right. And I think I was actually like aware of being like, oh shit, I hope I make friends. Like, yikes. Yeah. And also just to set the scene, like in grade 7, I looked grade 6, I looked pretty much exactly the same as I do now. Like,
really?
Yes. I was maybe 3 inches shorter, but pretty much the same in every other way.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that was a weird baseline because... Okay, so on my first day, I vividly remember arriving and then people being like, "Oh, are you the substitute teacher?" And I was like, "No." No. Because I just looked like an adult, kind of like which is fine. Like I think probably though, if I look back on the pics of myself then, I didn't look like an adult.
But you felt like.
But compared to everyone else, like they look like children, so I looked slightly less. And anyway. So I arrive. This is kind of, I guess, truly petty because basically, you know when you arrive in a place in a big group and like you sort of like test the waters with a bunch of different people and you're like, oh, I don't know, I'm just like confused.
Yes.
And sometimes you like make friends with people that you don't actually want to be friends with.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You get that? Okay.
Yes.
So
that is like residents, like first year.
Yes, the vibe.
The vibe. Yeah.
So I made friends with this one. I don't know where she is now, honestly. Like, I'm about to put her on blast. Like, hopefully she's not listening. She's not, like, the biggest fan of this podcast.
Yeah.
Fuck. Maybe I'll change her name. Her name, we'll call her Rebecca.
Yes, Rebecca.
So Rebecca, we became friends. I would say fast friends. I don't really remember exactly, but And she was sort of the type where, like, I don't think she maybe had many other close friends. Like, she wasn't, like, rolling with the homies.
Yeah.
And like, I liked it. She was fine, you know, but she was sort of the type that would, like, monopolize your time. Like, she didn't want me to hang out with anyone else.
The worst.
Yeah, and I was like, that's not gonna fly for me. Like, I've got to spread my wings and soar. Like,
yes, absolutely. And I'm glad that you recognized that early on.
God bless. I don't know exactly if I knew that or how but I was like, this is not,
things aren't working out for us.
And also, like, it would have been better if I think we got on fine, but we weren't, like, I wasn't necessarily, like, vibing. Like, I was like, you're okay. Like,
did you have to break up with her? Like, it's not me, it's you?
No, but here's the thing. So I started to become aware that I didn't want to be just friends with her. And I was like, oh my God. And it was the style where we'd, like, only spend time with each other. Most, like, I think because I just was, like, didn't have any other friends. And I was like,
you didn't know any better.
Yeah.
You were new to the friend game.
And we'd, like, run to the swings every lunch and, like, monopolize 2 swings and just hang out there the whole time.
Cute.
It was cute, yeah. And I remember that was our routine.
Did you ghost her?
No.
Okay,
no,
sorry. I'm
no,
like getting into this. I'm
okay.
like, what happens
Literally.
next?
So we're sitting on the swings one day. This is, like, probably, I feel like it was a while into me knowing that I didn't want to be friends. And I was trying to, like, do the fade away. Like, not full ghost, but, like, you know, when you just, like, slowly distance yourself, you're like,
yeah.
But, like, it was a small school. We just hung out with each other. So it wasn't really necessarily working for me. And one day we're on the swings and she's like, Cicely, I have something I have to tell you. I was like, oh God. Like, okay, what? Like, she's like, I have some bad news. I was like, oh my Jesus.
Is she gonna say that she doesn't want to be friends with you?
No, let me tell you.
Okay, yeah.
You're getting stoked and I love that. No, she's like, my family and I were moving. I'm like, oh.
Bye, bitch.
She's like, I'm so sorry, Cicely. I don't know who you're going to hang out with. Like, I got to go. Like, I was like, oh no. Like, I had to fully, like, act up and be like, oh no,
I'm heartbroken.
Rebecca, how could you?
Can we be pen pals?
Like, I was literally like, bitch, yes! Like, fuck yeah! Like, I didn't have to break up with her. I don't know what you call it, but, like...
Yeah, friendship breakup.
Yeah, so that was, I guess, an instance of me feeling very petty, but being so jazzed that this girl was leaving. Because I was like, yes! See you later!
I love how already in grade 6, you knew what the appropriate response was going to be, and in your head was like, fuck this bitch, I'm out.
She wasn't even that bad. She's like, I'm sure she's fucking killing it now. Like, because obviously everyone changes so much from grade 6. Like, I don't know where she's at today. No, she's the exact same person. She's like, she's never forgotten you. She's still on the swing set to this day.
Oh God.
It's so fun. So, like, that's a story of petty friendship from
Absolutely. Me. I'm sure I've had 100 of those, but...
What a wild time. I remember, like, that news dropping and being like, oh, hell yeah!
But in your head, you're like, I'm devastated.
Like, literally, I was like, oh. And I remember her being like, I don't know what you're gonna do, Cicely. I'm so sorry. I was like, yeah, bitch, how could you?
And that's why I feel just another callback that I'd be good in the Big Brother house. Yeah. Because if someone told me, like, devastating news, but it was good for my game, I'd be like... such a good actor at that because of all of these friendships I've also had to like piece out of.
Yes.
Again, people are like, no one knows what you're delusional.
Subtlety is key. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
You're just like keeping names in places. Oh, did you hear that? That was my knee.
Yeah, it's more ASMR for y'all. Just dabble.
I stay true to my form.
Yes. You're a content creator.
Absolutely.
So what did you think of part 1? If you enjoyed it, stay tuned for part 2 of my conversation with Cicely Fox coming later this week. We talk about Twilight, Princess Diaries 3, Mary-Kate and Ashley films, and bad female leads in young adult novels. You can listen to Ready to be Petty each week on iTunes Podcasts, YouTube, Google Play Music, and Podbean. You can follow along on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at RTBP Podcast. Liking, commenting, subscribing, and leaving a 5-star rating on iTunes helps the pod find new listeners. As always, I am Torry, and I am ready to be petty. See you soon.